YouTubers? This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 12 coming to you with another video game review. And in this review, we're going to talk about the game Mutant League Football, which was released for the Sega Genesis by Electronic Arts. Now, Mutant League Football is essentially a non-licensed football game where the teams consist of different players like aliens, skeletons, trolls, robots, and superhumans in a post-apocalyptic setting and everything. Now, Mutant League Football pretty much has 16 teams, and and they are pretty much divided up into two conferences, which are called the Toxic Conference and the Maniac Conference. And pretty much you can play with teams like the Road Warriors, the Misfit Demons, Rat Rockets, and Turbo Techies and stuff like that. Then there's also three particular All-Star teams, which are the Toxic All-Stars, which consists of the best players in the Toxic League, in the Toxic Conference rather. The Maniac All-Stars, of course, which has the best players for the Maniac Conference, and the Galaxy Axis, which is a combination of the best players from the Toxic Conference and the Maniac Conference. Now, the modes are single game playoffs, continue playoffs, and practice mode. Now, the single game is, of course, the exhibition mode of the game where you pick two teams, like say the Rat Rockets versus the World Warriors, and you pretty much pick a particular stadium or arena and stuff like that. Now the plus you can either play against the computer or do a co-op, two-player co-op game in it. You know what I'm saying? Now the playoffs are pretty much a single elimination tournament where the goal is to become like the Mutant Bowl champion and stuff like that. All you have to do is pick a team from either the Toxic Conference or the Maniac Conference, where whoever wins the Maniac Conference championship and whoever wins the Toxic Conference championship pretty much face each other in the Mutant Bowl and everything. And once you pick a particular team, what it will do is it randomly sets up the playoff brackets and stuff like that. Now with continued playoffs, you pretty much pick up where you left off at and everything. So say you eliminate one of the teams in the first round, and you write down the like the password and everything. You input that password, you go straight into like the conference semifinals and stuff like that. Now with the practice mode, you pretty much learn all of the offensive plays that you can utilize throughout the course of the game and stuff like that. Plus, this will fall like under the options menu and stuff like that. You can turn certain things on, and pretty much you can turn off the reserves on and off. You could pretty much change the time limit, which is 1 minute, 3 minutes, or 8 minutes. You can plus there are hazards like pits, rocks, mines, and the abyss, and the type of hazards that show up will really depends on the arena that you're playing in. You know what I'm saying? In regards to either the single game or the playoff mode and stuff like that. Now the graphics and designs are pretty good and everything. It has some nice color palettes. You know what I'm saying? To fit pretty much the tone of the game and everything. Now the controls and gameplay are pretty good and everything. And if you pretty much play the Madden NFL games on the Sega Genesis, you're gonna feel right at home. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I would say that the different hazards in Mutant League Football does add more of a challenge in my opinion, and that's a good thing. The way Electronic Arts implemented the hazards and stuff like that. Now Soundtrack is pretty good, and it's something that you would expect to find in a football game, whether or not it's actually licensed by the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And I'm honest to say that Mutant League Football is a pretty good football game on the Sega Genesis, and I will honestly recommend it to anybody who is a fan of the football games in particular and retro games and stuff like that. Now, as far as the score, I definitely give it an 8 out of 10. Mainly because I would say the graphics haven't technically aged very well, but it's not a big time complaint or anything like that. Now, with that being said, you can sound off in the comment section about Mutant League Football. You know what I'm saying? As far as what you like about it, what teams you like to use, or whatever the case may be. With that being said, if you like this video, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. This is your boy Big Metro Fan 12 signing off.